This is where we stopped. I made a mistake. I wanted to make this um wanted to make this one feet six six 600 millimeter. So I made it 450. So I'm going to say change and close, you know. So having done this now we this is 0.75 by 600. So this one now we are actually going to assign it to a material. Um, so I'll go here. I'll go to select. I'll go to beams parallel to X and beams. I'll go back to X and go back there and say beams parallel to Z. Beams parallel to Z. So I placing the I go run come here. All right. Um, so having done this, I'll just go to a particular view and I will unselect this. I will unselect this one. So I only have the base and the other one. So beams on the beams that are going to x-axis and on z-axis. So I will select I've selected this one, and I have unselected the the other one, and I have unselected the other one. So I will say, let me minimize this. So I will say I'll use this and say assign to selected beams. I'll say assign. I'll say yes. So I've assigned it to this. So having done this one now, the next point is I'll go to a kind of a side view, and I want to go to a side view and select two beams, the two beams that I deselected. Okay, so this is what we were trying to do. You know, we deselected these two and we deselected these two. So I will select them. When I select them, I will. When Okay, so this is what I was saying. I'll select this. Let me minimize this. I'll select this. I'll hold control. I'll select this. So I'm at 450 by 750. I'll say assign. So I want it to assign to these particular materials. Do you get? Then after that, um, let's check what so far what we've done. What we've done so far. Let's check what we've done so far. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so having this is what we've been trying to model. This is how it is. This is how it looks like. So the next thing, having seen this, the next thing is we are going to look at what is it called? We are going to look at so we are going to add what's it called, material to the cables. So we're going to add material to the cable. So So we are going to add cable to the steel. We're going to add steel to the cable, sorry, and adding steel to the cable. So, so I'm going to click on specification. If you watch here, you can get this is specification. This is specification. I'm going to click on specification and I'll click on beams. So, seeing the members, I'll click on cable. I'll click on tension, this thing, on stressed length. So when I click on stressed length, I'll say add. Do you get? So I'll bring this thing down. I'll go to properties. I'll go to properties. Now I'll bring it closer. This is what I want to do. This is under these properties and what's it called? Under these properties, one of these, one should be carrying. Okay, now good. You see this now. This circle 035 is carrying is assigned to the what's it called, to the cables. So I will say assigned to selected this thing. I'll say I'll click on assign. I'll say yes. So automatically I've assigned this to be cables. I've automatically assigned it to the cables. So then after that, I'll click on material. I want to close this. I'll click on materials and when I click on materials, I'll go to M60. The M60 I created. You see the whole of the materials that are M60. So I will, okay, I'm going to select steel, sorry. I'm going to say create. I'll say create. I'll select steel. I'll rename it FE 500 and I'll select this steel again so that here will be activated. So I'll name this 500,000 kilonewton. Um, 500,000 kilonewton. Then I'll click OK. So now I am having F60. So while after editing that, the next thing is, since the cables are already selected, I'll just click on this and I'll come here. I'll select all the cables. I'll select all the cables. I'll select all the cables and I'll select all the cables and so I'll go to isometric to make sure they are all selected. So when I go to isometrics, the next thing is, this FE 500, I was assigned to selected, assign this. So I've given strength of the steel to the cables. And now, after this, now, the next thing is I'm going to go to side view, you know, I'm going to go to somewhere here. I'm going to go to somewhere here. I'm sorry. I'm going to use plate cursor. I want you to select the whole of the plates. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me select this. Now, having selected this, I will select fill grid with plates. I'll say fill this grid with plate. 200 plates created. I'll say yes. So now, having done that, the next other point the next other point, the next other point that we are going to do is after we have created the plates, so we can actually, we are going to give it thickness. So I'll go to materials, and I'll go to properties, and I'll go to thickness. So when I click on thickness, I want 0.3. I want to use 300 thickness. And for that, so this 300 thickness, I want to use M60. I want to use M60. I'll say add. So when I've added this thickness. So having added this thickness, the next thing that I'm going to do is you know, I'll select this, and I'm going to select this. I'm going to use this thing cursor. I'll select the whole of the plates. I'll say assign to selected. So automatically I've assigned these plates to this what was it called? Um, I've assigned the plates to the listing. So the next thing that I'm going to do, having assigned the plate properties, I'll go to what is it called? I'll go to general. I'll go to general, and I'll click on load and definition, and I'll click on load case details. I'll click, I'll say add. I want to add load case details. So the load type is dead load. So I'm just gonna call it DL, and I'm gonna say add. So I'm going to after changing this to DL, I'm going to click on add. So having added that, I'm going to close this. So I'll select this DL. I'll click on add again. So this will come up. So I'm using the factor modification factor for self rate as 1 point minus 1.5, and I'll say add. So having added that, the next thing is the next thing will be, I'm going to close this. I've added that. So I'll select this, and having added this, I'll just assign it to view. I'll click on assign to view, and I'm going to add this to view. So I'm going to say assign, and we've added the self weight to view. So the self weight of each of these is 1.5. So having done that now, having done that, the next thing is we are going to we've added support to this. We've added support to this. So I'm going to go to so the next thing, I'm going to go to analysis and print. We are almost done. I'll click on all. I want to add everything. I will say add, and I'll say add, and I'll close. So I'll go to analyze. I'll say run analysis for me, and we'll see what it will come up with. So you see, it has finished, zero errors, zero warnings, zero notes. So, and having done that, the next thing is having done the analysis. After that, we'll click on post processing. So I'll select this post processing. I'll say go to post processing. I'll say done. So it will take me to post processing. Then I'll having this. I'll select I'll say apply, I'll say okay. I'll say apply and okay. So now this comes out. Now this comes out. So when this comes out, you look at this. I'm going to use the plates, and I'm going to say enhance fill, and I'm going to say absolute values. This. So I'm going to leave this. So the stress type, I'm going to say maximum absolute, and I'm going to say I'm going to say apply. That is I'm going to say apply. I'm going to say okay. So you see, it's giving us the maximum absolute of the deck of the deck. So now having done this, um, the next thing is these are displacement colors and all those things. If you actually understand finite FEM um, softwares. So you get to understand this is has to do with displacement. This thing. So the if you're looking at this, the maximum displacement Newton per millimeter, where is it less than or greater than or equals to 1.4. So at this color is 1.75. At this color to this, it has this 2.07 to 2.38. So that is the maximum for this. That is the maximum for this. So that is the maximum for this. Now, the next thing, having seen this, if you go to the beams, you see, as you can see, you will see the displacement, the dead load. Anyone you click, you see, these are the FX, FY, FZ, MX, and all those things. So you can, if you click at the beams, you see the bending moment. These are the bending moments of the whole thing. So if I go to this, you see how it is like here. See how it is. So it's more this thing on the isometric. It's more this thing on the isometric. So now having done this, we can check on the stresses. This is the stresses that is coming up on. Let's check on this chord. You see, this is the size of the chord. This is the section. This is the section. It's going to 64.031 meters. Please mute your. So okay. Now we have this uh, what's it called? You can see the stresses that is coming on each of those this thing. So having looking at the stresses, you can, if you close this, if you select any of these, you see this is 64.34 meter. Another one is still, all of them are of the same length. But I think the stresses, this is a comma 115 minus, you see. So having So having done this at this point, we actually through. So I'll go back to my modeling. I'll go back to my modeling, and now being at the modeling, I'll go to properties. I'll go to properties, properties, general properties. This plate thickness. Okay, I wanted to check this plate thickness. I changed it to is M60. Is M60 that I used. It's M60 that I used. And so having this now, I will, I want to run another analysis. I want to run this analysis. And so, okay. So after this, I can, you can still go to this to, if you want to view, if you want to view, let's say you want to view a displacement, reactions. These are your reactions. So now I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. I'm going to write down. Let's use the. I want to use the text annotate. So I'm going to write down these the displacement at the nodes. I'm going to write down the displacement at the nodes. So the displacement at the nodes. Let me get a pen. Okay. So this displacement are the nodes that I'm going to get, or I want. Okay, I went out to get, shit. Please